I'm going to teach you in 20 minutes what I wished I would have known when I was 40, when I was 30, when I was 20. Oh my goodness, when I was 16. Okay? I'm Georgie Holbrook. And where do we get stuck along the way? Where do we get stuck with what is my passion? How many people do you know that get major education and don't even go in that direction after a while? That was my story. I was in the corporate world, and that's all I knew. That was my training. But I wasn't happy. So the question for you today is, are you happy in a 24-hour period? How much of that day has brought you true joy? How much of the week or the weekend has brought you true joy? And how will you know? How will you know? Because tomorrow morning you're going to wake up and you're going to want to do it all over again rather than, oh, do I have to get out of bed? They claim that Monday mornings, many people are absent because they just don't want to go to work. So hopefully by my sharing will help you. So I'm in the natural field. I teach natural solutions. I teach people how to come back in harmony with themselves, how to teach you what your purpose and passion is so that you don't miss out on life, so that you're not caught up in that everyday being of service and thinking that that's all there is, making money. So money, whatever we're going after is what we worship. And that was my story. I was taught to work really hard. Success and money kind of went together, that the more I could succeed, the more money I could make. But they never asked me, are you really happy? Is this really bringing you joy? No. From the neck up, I was brilliant. From the neck down, my heart wasn't happy. I was just going through the motions. And I call it dry bones, where you just feel dry inside and you feel empty. So through a major health crisis that you probably have heard me on other videos talk about, it turned my life around, that there had to be more than suffering. There had to be more to this life than the emptiness, the rawness of health issues, the confusion of my body letting me down. No, my body was gifting me with health issues. So pain becomes our friend. It's like, what do you need? So if you can catch it early enough, you don't have to go down the path that I did. But we're not taught. We're not taught about this body, the spirit that beats our heart, that puts air in our lungs, that orchestrates every cell in our body. It's a pretty wise spirit, known by many names. And it lives and breathes inside of you and me. So something greater than both of us has the answers. And it's not out there. It's not out there. It's learning a language that this body, I call it the soul language. You can call it whatever you want. But it's more than our intuition. And we haven't known how to get quiet enough to listen. So some old songs, talked about the still small voice falling on my ear. It's like, what is that? And I've never heard it, right? Because I never was able to get quiet. So one time I went on my first silent retreat. Folks, I had never been silent, but I decided that was what I was wanting to do. And my spiritual teacher at that time was like, Georgie, I think you just need to go on a silent retreat and get quiet. I got in the driveway. I had paid my fee. It was going to be a weekend event. I got in the driveway, and what did I do? I just panicked. Oh my God, silence. Eating with people, a large group of people in silence. I turned my car around, didn't matter if I lost my money or not, and I left because I was so scared of silence. Well, today I'm not scared of silence. I can go on a 7-day silent retreat and love every moment of it. And it's been very fulfilling. But let's get back to, what do you need to do in order to live your passion and not pain. So I'm Georgie Holbrook. I'm a holistic educator. Holistic means I look at everything in your life. I look at how you're treating yourself, what you're thinking, what's happened to you, the traumas you've had, the people around you, and I just delve deeper. I help you dive deeper into releasing any accumulated trauma that's in your body from just stuffing your hidden hurts over and over again. And now your body's telling your story in internalized pain of some type of health issue. So here's my suggestion. There's more to you than maybe how you're showing up. So becoming friends with that person in the mirror, that person that you kind of ignore, looking in your own eyes and saying softly, I love you. And saying it enough times that all of a sudden you start believing it. We've ignored ourselves on so many different levels. I love what I'm teaching. And so then when you say, I love you, I want you also to look in the mirror and say, teach me. Teach me how to be kinder to you. Teach me what it is that I'm not aware of. So the spirit within you does have answers. So one of the ways to contact this deeper knowing is we have to move out of this self-talk that is so negative, right? That if we had a ticker tape across our forehead and I could read your thoughts, you'd go, oh, Georgie, no, never, right? So I have this saying, what do we tell ourselves? Would we be proud to tell a child? Would we be proud to tell anybody how we see ourselves, what we tell ourselves? Most of the time not, right? So what do I tell myself? Would I be proud to tell someone else? Would I be proud of me for the world to see? What do I tell myself? Am I happy inside or am I living a lie? So we want to come back and get gut honest. We want to take a deeper dive into our lives and say there's so much more of me that I'm not living. So nature by design brought you into my life. You're chosen to be here, to be listening right to the end, not dismissing it, because I have a message. I have a message that you're going to want to listen to. So the next step is, I would like you to write down everything you appreciate about yourself, because it'll take some of that self-talk that's not serving you any longer. It's an old rewind of the past or the future. It just goes on and on and on. So stabilizing your mind is highly important, because there's where you can create and live your passion and have a purpose and a mission in life, rather than taking all this energy, fault finding, negativity, judging other people, judging yourself. Oh, endless. I work with a lot of women. I work with men too, but women are critical on themselves. Oh my goodness. So writing a letter, and I would enjoy it if you would send it to me. What do you appreciate about yourself? See, having a mentor, somebody to feed it back, is so important, because doing it by yourself is one thing. That's great. But when you can read it and look in my eyes over Zoom, wherever you're located in the world, is a whole nother dimension of being validated. Because for some reason, we get stuck in feeling bad, feeling broken, and not good enough, showing up less than who we really are. So taking and making a list and then reading it back to somebody that's safe and isn't going to discount you and say, well, I don't see that in you. No, we want to take you and wrap you in goodness. And that goodness then builds inside of you, one step at a time. Then next, I want you to make a list of dislikes and likes. Anything and everything in your life that you like and dislike. And then I want you to step back and look at it and say, okay, what are the top 3 things I really like in life that really serve my spirit. And what are the 3 top things in my life that I really don't like? And it might be people around us, right? That no longer serve us. So I have a saying, people are in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I want my friends to be there for a lifetime, but sometimes they're not growing. They're just stuck. And I'm tired of having an empty conversation with them, just plain empty. Matter of fact, most of the time it's boring. So I have to move away from them as I grow spiritually. I want my life to be enhanced, right? So you might be in some relationships now where you have to make that decision and have a really deep conversation. Hey, we need to study with Georgie because this relationship isn't going very far. And in relationship, it's easy when you're in the business world or in a family situation, of how many secrets we keep. How many ways that somebody, now this is on the dislike side, says something over and over again that's negative, and we put up with it because we don't want to talk back, right? Or that they're doing something that's really not enhancing their lives or yours, but you're really afraid of it, right? So I had one student, I teach at colleges sometimes, and I had this one lady, she had been married for 25 years, and her husband had this way of joking. He thought it was funny, but it was all about her. In front of other people, in front of family members, whatever, there was always this little negative joke about, oh, she was whatever that message was. But she never knew how to come up against it. So I taught her that when he would start saying this, to say, when you say that, it makes me feel like you don't love me. Or here's another line. When you say that, it makes me feel, and then explain your feelings. You start owning your feelings rather than stuffing it and putting up with it. How are they ever going to be helped if they never hear what they're doing? And you're not pointing the fingers at them. You're just saying, this is the way it makes me feel. So she comes back to class and she said 3 times. He started in his saga about picking on her. And she came back 3 times with the same message. When you do that, it makes me feel like you don't love me. On the 3rd go around, he stopped mid-sentence and said, that really is hurtful, isn't it? And he changed. So we're going to go through our dislike list with a fine-tooth comb. And we're going to look at our addictions also. Those areas in our life that we know are not good for us, but we do them anyway because we're lowering our energy. We're lowering who we are as the spirit that beats our heart, that has so much potential for us to live a life where money flows, life flows, we're happy. No, we're settling for all kinds of things that we know are not good for us. I did. I settled for a work addiction. It almost killed me. So on this dislike list, just get gut honest with yourself. And then in the end, take a look at how many things on that dislike list can you just walk away from. Safely walk away from, taking care of yourself. Because the more you live on the like side, the more life will support you. See, we were born with a purpose and passion as unique as our fingerprints. And then we got lost somewhere. I always tease that we didn't come into this world with an owner's manual that said, hey, Georgie, go this route, right? No, we didn't. Well, maybe you did. I didn't. So please sign up below. I would like to help you learn what I didn't know over many, many years. That I know now because I learned the hard way, but I've also taught hundreds of people how to come back in alignment and transform their own lives. And what's the good news is that when you're learning nature's way, the way I created it, it's all experiential. I'm not going to give you book learning, even though I've got 5 books that I've written. My own healing story's been in 23 national magazines. I am honored to be alive. Every day I wake up just honored to be alive, and sure, honored to be on this YouTube with you. And I just ask you to sign up. Help me, help support my channel, because by myself, it's just by myself talking here. But when you can catch it like a fire and share it with one other person or many, then we can thrive together. And we can say, hey, I just discovered after all these years, I have a purpose and passion at whatever age. I can learn. I can learn about this body and the spirit within my body, and it has its own language, and I haven't been taught. And now I want to learn because I'm not finding it in books. So here's how it goes. Our emotions speak, I call it a language, but our emotions, our stress, our traumas speak in health issues to get us to stop. We're out of alignment with nature. But instead of stopping, we get it diagnosed, and then it becomes a curse. Not knowing that our spirit is saying, hey, you're unhappy. Your body's unhappy. Your mind and your spirit's unhappy. I want you over here. So then the health issue goes from mild to now it has to scream at us. So now we have something really serious in order to stop us, to say, come back, my friend, come back to your heart. Come back and fall in love with the spirit within you that has all the answers, that will teach you. And yes, healing takes whatever it takes, and sometimes it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me. I had been diagnosed with an incurable for 7 years, but I self-healed it. And then I'm learning how to teach it to other people over the last 30 years, hundreds of people. And it's really fun having people like yourself that are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, that want to sign up and learn a whole new way of life experientially, not through book learning. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to listen. You're going to understand. You're going to go, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So many clients come to me and they say, why haven't people told us about this? No, they haven't. They haven't told you about how trauma gets accumulated in your body and how you're shutting down your body and getting all these different side effects that you ignore, deny, don't understand, that are kind of like common illnesses as the body breaks down. But the body has a language. It's trying to get your attention. And I'm here to help you. So, whatever age you are, invest in yourself. It doesn't take long studying with me, because from day one, you'll already start feeling improvements, because I'm going to teach you about yourself and you're going to find your own answers. They're not out there. They're not on the web. This body that you walk around in, I would love for you to fall in love with it, to really listen to it, and to start self-nurturing it in ways that you didn't even know were available. So, from my heart to yours, sign up below. If not now, when? A year from now? No more suffering. No more trial and error remedies. Sign up. I'll get right back to you. I would love and be honored to have you in my life so that you can learn from me. You know, someday I will die. Yeah, that's true. We're all going to die. But if you could learn from me and then teach it back to me so I make sure that you really have it and add anything to it, and then you can live that way for the rest of your life, solid in prevention and knowing about your body, it's priceless. So you don't have to walk in fear like, oh, my body's going to break down and what do I do and how am I going to die? No, how you die is how you lived. Nature doesn't make mistakes. Get that. I'm here for you. Tell your friends. Share my message. You see, I'm into silks. This is like satin. It's lovely. I dye on silk. I made that heart so that it could send energy of love to you. So feel it, share it, experience it. I'm here. Blessings from my heart to yours. Feel the energy, feel the love. Sign up below, share the message, let it go out in ripples like around the world. And we'll have fun together. Real joy comes from inside when you know that you know that you know who you are. Take care. Look forward to seeing you. Bye for now.